Tonight on CTV News at 5, searching for answers 9 years later. The renewed push to solve the disappearance of Derek Ritz. Plus, cold season comeback plan. We get advice on how to bounce back faster when you get sick this winter. And Dusty the dog reports for duty. We meet the newest member of Stratford Police and find out how this pup is helping the force and the community. CTV News at 5 starts right now. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for being here with us on this Tuesday afternoon. First at 5, Stratford Police are offering up a $10,000 reward for information that will help them crack a cold case. Derek Ritz, known as Ritzy to his friends, vanished in December 2016 from a Sebringville home. His disappearance has haunted a community for nearly a decade. And as CTV's Hannah Schmidt tells us, both investigators and those close to Ritz believe someone out there knows exactly what happened.
It's been 9 long years, and Ritzy deserves better than this.
Another year with no answers.
We're trying. We're not going to give up. Phil and I will not give up. His best friend and I will not give up. We're trying, and we're doing the best we can right now.
Derek Ritz, or Ritzy to his friends, vanished in December 2016 after he was last seen at a home in Sebringville, just west of Stratford.
There's been a lot of the same stuff been repeated to the investigators, so we know we're on the right track.
A lot of the information that we get is pretty similar in nature, and a lot of it's third hand because everyone's heard the stories that are out there.
Over the past 9 years, there have been several ground and air searches for Ritz, who was known to frequently walk from Sebringville to Stratford, which takes just over an hour.
They've all come up negative. We're still investigating, and we still get the odd tip here and there, just not as frequently as we'd like. And we just need to close some loops.
Now Stratford Police say they're renewing their push for answers, offering a $10,000 reward for information that leads to the 51-year-old's whereabouts or those responsible for his disappearance.
It's rare for us to not have an open case for this long. We're not closing the fact that he may be alive because we don't have proof that he is deceased.
For Ritz's friend Shelley Smith, the announcement is emotional but overdue.
It's sad that it had to be a reward amount of dollars for them to want to come forward or to give them incentive. But this is where we're at, right? People are afraid.
Smith has spent years keeping Ritz's name alive, working alongside both police and Please Bring Me Home Canada, a nonprofit that helps families search for missing loved ones.
We're pretty sure we know what happened. We just need to be able to prove it.
As of 2024, 2025, we had 2 investigators who were strictly involved in investigating, over 100 individuals in regards to this case to try and close it for us.
Police say this reward is meant to break that silence, reminding anyone with information that it's never too late to come forward.
Hopefully we can find where Derek is or, get somebody charged with his disappearance.
For Smith, it's a push to finally get some questions answered.
Sure. Very sad for Ritzy. He doesn't deserve this.
Hannah Schmidt, CTV News, Stratford.
The region of Waterloo has a water capacity issue in the Mannheim area. That's according to a third-party review. And now several changes are being made going forward. The Mannheim area services most of Kitchener and Waterloo, as well as parts of Cambridge, Woolwich Township, and Wilmot Township. In December, the region revealed a water capacity issue, which a third party confirmed in a report released today. The region says due to the issue, they can't support new housing developments in the Mannheim area for now.
I think this is where we need to work really collaboratively with them and with the development industry to try to understand when are things actually going to come online so we can really fine-tune the work, and while we work on the technical solutions to be able to build that operational resiliency buffer and then new capacity projects for the future.
The region says residents don't need to change their consumption habits, and they continue to search for new water sources. It is a bit of a winter nightmare, a shortage of de-icing road salt. The Compass Minerals mine in Goderich confirms it's having difficulty keeping up with demand. Local contractors say they've been forced to wait in line for hours to get salt from the mine, and supplies are running short.
County and municipal supervisors calling me, where's our salt, where's our salt, where's our salt, right? and I can only bring it if they can supply it. So that's I haven't seen sheds as empty as I have this year.
Municipalities in Waterloo Region say they have felt the impact, but believe they have an adequate amount of salt to handle the incoming weather. And that's a great time to bring in CTV's Ashley Bacon as we take a deeper dive into that forecast. Yes, messy weather on the way. I've been hunkering down a little bit this afternoon in the newsroom, but I heard someone say it's snowing outside.
Yeah, I was going to say, Leanne, it's not on the way. It is here. It started to downpour a little bit earlier today. It wasn't quite freezing rain and not as early as we expected yesterday. It came in about noon rather than the 10 a.m. hour, but it's now converted over to slush. It was big snowflakes earlier in the day and will continue to do so. We're still under a freezing rain warning for the highlighted area there. That means we could see some ice buildup of up to 5 millimeters expected. And of course, through that Huron Lake area, you might see some more. This is the satellite. That's the system that's causing all of this mess. You can see a mixture of pink and green and red and yellow. That just means it's a mixture of snow and rain and slush and will continue to be so. Temperature-wise, though, Leanne, we're sitting at a very comfortable 0 right now, which is a bit warmer than we normally see. Let's take a look at some of that mess outside from Belmont Village tonight in Kitchener. And it's going to be a slow drive for some drivers out there. Make sure you take your time, leave those headlights on, and pack your patience because it might be a little bit slippery out there.
Yeah, especially on the edges of the road, I've noticed too.
Absolutely.
All right, Ash, thanks. We'll take a break. We'll tell you what you need to know. Watch some of the best curling in the country this week in Elmira. The Ontario Men's and Women's Curling Championship taking place at Woolwich Memorial Centre until the 11th. Tickets can be found online. Kids 12 and under are free.
Download the CTV News app and stay on top of local stories as they unfold.
We go to a dramatic scene unfolding.
Customize your feed and watch live wherever you are. CTVKitchener.ca, your home for news.
Flu cases remain high across the country, and health experts say it's not too late to get your flu shot.
The flu virus, first of all, there's 3 flu viruses that circulate seasonally. They all mutate. That's just what they do. They do this every year. They're going to continue to do this for the foreseeable future. That's what viruses do. And that's why the vaccine is slightly different every year. The flu virus mutates. We try to catch up with the vaccine, and it's a bit of an arms race. This year, the vaccine does not cover H3N2 as much as we would like. It still has some protection, just not as much as we would like. And remember, when we talk about protection, we're not just talking about protection against infection. We're also talking about mitigating severity of infection if you do get an infection and had the vaccine.
The World Health Organization says influenza activity is elevated globally, with the H3N2 strain being predominant in most of the world.
Well, as we ended 2025, it was a terrible cold and flu season already predicted for 2026 winter. And Sherry Torkos is here, pharmacist and author, to talk about what we can do to combat the flu either during or before you have already had it. Sherry, thanks for being here. First, let's talk about what we can do as a preventative in regards to the flu and cold at home.
Right. Thanks so much for having me on. So we're going to start off with talking about early detection. Often the first sign of a cold or a flu is elevated temperature. Now, colds typically cause low-grade fevers. With the flu, it's that sudden onset of a more elevated fever. So that's why taking and getting an accurate temperature reading is really important. So we really don't use the oral or rectal thermometers. It's ear thermometers, forehead scanners. This is the Braun Thermoscan 7. This is the one that I use in my house, and I like this because it has this age precision technology. So what this means is you turn it on, 3 steps, turn it on, input the age range, and when you push the button to take the reading, it'll give you the results, and it's color coded. If it's red, that's a fever. Okay. Yellow is an elevated temperature. Green means you have a normal temperature. The reason why this is so important is that the definition of a fever changes based on the age of a person. What's normal for, say, a 6-year-old could be a fever for an infant. Less than 3 months of old, all fevers need to be seen by a medical doctor.
Okay, well, that makes it
because they
very
don't have
easy.
the defenses, right? So yes, this takes the guesswork out. Now, if we do have elevated temperature, we want to think about rehydrating, because getting dehydrated can be a medical problem. So I like coconut water, electrolyte solutions, lots of water, bananas, chicken soup, cool compresses to the forehead. Not all fevers need to be medicated. We usually give medicine like Tylenol or ibuprofen to help with the symptoms, help with the comfort, and to bring that fever down if it's getting too high.
Fantastic. Now, if you're already someone who might be on the verge of already getting sick, is there stuff you can take to help shorten the duration at all?
Yes, for sure. So if you have a cold, you feel that you're just starting with that, this is something that you can use at the first sign of infection. It's called betadine. It's their cold defense nasal spray. And what I like about this is it's safe for children and adults, and it actually works to trap and disable viruses in the sinus passages. So it can help to shorten the duration, speed healing, as well as helping with the symptoms, the congestion and the runny nose. So that's something at the first sign. The other thing that I would recommend, if you have influenza, so we're talking again that fever, body aches, chills, feeling uncomfortable, this Sambucol black elderberry is antiviral with specific activity against influenza A and B. So this is safe for the whole family for 2 and above.
Okay.
It tastes good.
Yes, which
and
is
it
also
so
helpful.
not only helps speed recovery, but it also helps with the symptoms, the fever, the aches and pains, the congestion, cough. So that's something that can be very helpful.
Hopefully the little ones won't revolt if they have to have
the
it.
little ones like this. Unlike some of the other syrups you see in the pharmacy that don't taste good and the kids want to spit them back at you, this one is always a popular one and well liked by children.
Fantastic. Now, talking about the pharmacy, obviously it is easy to get to a pharmacy and maybe pick up something. Is there stuff at home that you might have already that can help?
Well, gargling with salt water is always helpful for a sore throat. Also honey, everyone has honey in their house pretty much.
Yes.
Honey is great for a cough and also to calm a sore throat, but that's only recommended for 1 and above because there is a risk of a certain type of infection with unpasteurized honey in the younger ones. Another option that you will find in the pharmacy that is natural based, and this is cough syrup. It helps with cough and chest congestion, and it contains ivy leaf extract. So this is very effective for breaking up the mucus, thinning the secretions. It's an expectorant, and it's free of alcohol, sugar, dyes, gluten, all the things that we want to avoid. So safe for 1 and above, and that's Prospan, and you'll find that in pharmacies.
Fantastic. And lastly, obviously we're in a Canadian winter, which means that the sun decides to go away a few months at a time. It feels like vitamins are important.
Certain vitamins are so important, and vitamin D is one of them because vitamin D, our sunshine vitamin, yes, we don't have half of our body exposed when it's, say, -10 outside. We're bundled right up. So we need to think about supplementing with vitamin D. Most Canadians are deficient. We know that vitamin D plays a very important role in immune health. So for children, think about liquids. I like this liquid vitamin D by now. Okay, so that's something you give to the little ones. And then for adults, the capsules, the vitamin D by now. I really like this is the one that I take. So I brought that in with me today. So that's important. And think about adding some vitamin C rich foods, berries, citrus, apples. You know, an apple a day never hurt.
Absolutely. Well, there you have it. You know, we all want to stay healthy this winter and into 2026. Sherry, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Checking our need to know calendar as we head to break. If you want to learn the latest K-pop dance moves, you're in luck. The Underdog Dance Corporation is holding drop-in classes on Thursdays. They take place from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. Tickets and registration can be found online. Going to be a little bit of a messy evening commute out there tonight,
Yes,
Ash.
absolutely. If you are on your way home from work or maybe picking up the kids from after school activities, it's going to be a slow one. So make sure you take your time and pack your patiently in.
Yeah, it's the kind of night where you just want to stay in, hunker down, put a show on, wrap up in the blanket, get a nice cup of tea, and call it a night.
Absolutely. Let's take a look outside right now from Belmont Village, Leanne. You can see it is a bit wet out there and will continue to be so for the next few hours. We're experiencing a freezing rain warning. However, it's a lot more like sleet for most of Waterloo region at the moment. I was out and about just before the show here, and it is coming down kind of like heavy rain is how I would describe it. It's not quite freezing rain. It's not quite flurries, but it's certainly a heavier heavier, harder rain than what we would normally see. So it is a bit sloppy out there. It could cause some flooding in some spots. Certainly if you have some storm grates by your home, you're going to want to make sure they're clear of ice and snow because you're going to get some rain buildup and water buildup. Looking at the weather maps here, starting with the freezing rain warning issued by Environment Canada. In the highlighted zone here, we're still going to see some of these issues over the next few hours. This will continue into the evening, especially around the Lake Huron area shoreline, where you might even see more buildup of ice because of where you're situated. This is going to last at least until through the night. They haven't extended it into Wednesday just yet, but it might change. As we look at our future cast, there is a band of precipitation that will linger throughout the evening. As we get into the purple, that's closer to flurry activity. Pink means a mixture of flurries and rain. As we get to Wednesday, that's when things start to dissipate slightly, but not completely out of the woods quite yet. As we look at to Thursday night, that's when we get to cloud cover, overnight conditions warming up, and I'll have those details just a moment. But right now we're sitting at 0 in Kitchener-Waterloo, much above seasonal. Overnight conditions will also be above seasonal, staying at that 0 with flurries around 20-kilometer-an-hour wind gusts. So not too bad. Looking at tomorrow, though, that's where things really take a shift. It's going to be a daytime high of 4 degrees. We might even catch the sun slightly in the morning, but you know, fingers crossed for that. If you do see it, get out and enjoy it while you can. Chance of flurries through tomorrow, but of course, with a 4-degree high, that could shift to more rain. So do keep an eye. You might need that umbrella a little longer. Daytime high back in 1998 was 11.2 degrees. We're not quite reaching that warmth tomorrow, but it certainly will feel like 11 degrees. First at 5 forecast in Waterloo region. Look at Thursday, a mix of sun and cloud with a high of 6, just going down to 5 degrees overnight. So all of that snow we had over the last few weeks, that is likely going to melt significantly. Rain and a high of 6 for your Friday, Leanne. So overall conditions are fluctuating, Leanne. You're going to want that shovel, you're going to want that umbrella, and maybe, like you said, a good book or movie tonight.
Okay, Ashley, thanks. Let's take a look at what's trending now. New data from Toronto is revealing just how much the city benefited from Taylor Swift bringing her Eras tour to town. The city says the 6 shows the pop superstar played in November 2024 brought in a total of $39.7 million for all 3 levels of government. 20% of that total, or roughly $8 million, benefited Toronto directly. The city says there were notable spikes in hotel occupancy and short-term rental demand during the tour dates. The shows cost the city more than $3.6 million, with the biggest chunk of that for policing. And still ahead on CTV News at 5, a fuel fluke. Why a Cambridge woman is warning others about a possible gas contamination issue at a Hespeler station. We'll have the details coming up. Before you go, here's what you need to know. Test your knowledge this Thursday at Musical Bingo, Best of 2010s. Evo Kitchen and Bar is hosting the event. Seating starts at 6, with the game starting at 7. Reservations are recommended. Stay with us.
99.5 has the music you just can't quit. Home of Bounce Mornings with Angie Hill and Sarge. KW's Bounce 99.5. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app.
Here's the final 5 stories we are keeping an eye on today. One of the founding members of Kitchener-Waterloo Oktoberfest, Dr. Jack Bishop, has passed away. Bishop was a downtown Kitchener dentist who helped establish what's now become Canada's biggest Bavarian festival in the 1960s. For years, he would attend nearly every night of the party. He also helped found the Lions Club of Kitchener and was a big part of their annual Santa Claus parades. He died on New Year's Day. Longtime OHL Commissioner David Branch has died. Branch worked with the Ontario Hockey League for decades, starting in 1979 until he retired in 2024. His successor, Brian Crawford, says Branch's contributions will impact the game for generations. David Branch was 77 years old. A Cambridge woman is warning drivers about a possible gas contamination issue after filling up at a Shell station on Hespeler Road. Chrissy Allen says her husband fueled up Sunday night, but by Monday morning, he had trouble starting the car. CTV News spoke with the family that owns the station, who confirmed the gas was contaminated, but they're still trying to figure out why and what happened. In the meantime, Allen says her husband is not alone, with many people on social media telling her they're in the same boat.
I can't believe the amount of people that have said that, yes, we're doing the same thing you're going through right now. The car's in the shop or has been in the shop to have the fuel drained out because that was the issue.
At 6, CTV's Alexandra Hollick will hear from a mechanic on what to do if you find yourself in a similar situation.
McKenna centers it. Here's Hayes with the backhand shot, ripping it down, rebound, score!
Team Canada able to secure the bronze medal last night at the World Junior Hockey Championships in Minnesota with a 6-3 win over Finland. The medal is Canada's first at the World Juniors in 3 years. Kitchener Rangers defenseman and captain Cameron Reid was on Team Canada. Congratulations to them. Of course, if you hung on to watch longer, you know Sweden took home the gold with a 4-2 win over Czechia. And finally, the Stratford Police Service has a new member on duty. Meet Dusty, the yellow lab, the service's first ever facility dog. Different from a police canine, Dusty's job is all about community engagement. The 3-year-old pup is a full-time staff member who was trained with National Service dogs. Dusty will be giving support to people in Stratford, St. Mary's, and South Perth.
A lot of the times people are a bit nervous when they're coming to the courthouse or to the police station or going for an interview to talk to police about something that's happened to them. And when you tell them that when they arrive, they'll get to be greeted by a silly, cute, fuzzy yellow lab, they're generally much more interested in attending, and it just puts everybody at ease.
Coming up at 6, CTV's Karis Mack will hear more about Dusty's journey to get her prepared for the new role. And something tells me Dusty is not going to have a problem fitting in whatsoever. All right, that's it. We're back at 6 with your next local news. For now, we'll send it over to CTV National. Have a great night. Stay safe out there on the roads.